Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd show you another update on this Skaar Carrier, and I apologize for not having videos for a period of time now, probably about a week, and I didn't get the last look at the workshop done up either. In my excuses, a few things kind of converged all at once. One, I got sick. Two, it was Christmas, and three, there was a winter storm. So it's just kind of a bad thing. I think the sickness part was the main reason I didn't get that going. My nose was running too bad. I felt like crap and just didn't want to like try to record a video and sound like a sicko doing the whole video. So I didn't. But I did actually. I was intending to. And I did find the creations for the video, and I got those set aside. So I do plan on catching up with that, doing a video to cover last week's creations, probably Monday or Tuesday of next week. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but I will try to still look at that, and then do a fresh video tomorrow for the look at the workshop of what's out there on this week, and then basically try to catch up. So throughout that course of time, I still try to get a couple hours of work in a day on this ship, and I did build out this whole other side of the hangar, going all the way to the back of the ship now. You can see this was the original side that was done. This is the new side that was done. This is actually completely different than the other side, but I did also try to make it look fairly uniform, so it kind of fits together pretty decently and doesn't look out of place or anything like that. Part of this was also working out repair bay, and I know if you look at it at first glimpse, you're like, oh, you can't fit much in this room, and you're absolutely right. It's not that big of a room, but I got this where it's positioned right now, so you can kind of like drive something up along the side of the hangar and kind of get it over that if it was too big to actually park in there, which a lot of things would be. Maybe I'll move this out a little bit more, and I was also thinking about rerouting the way this is working out over here, so this staircase doesn't pop out right in this section. It's kind of in the way, sort of. So I'll have to take a look at that. Originally, I was going to have the repair bay over here, but I realized I actually had quite a lot more room out in this section, but it's a weird space area and things like that. So other parts of the ship that I did kind of work on, I should say, is over here. Now this area is really not very tweaked out. I don't really like the lighting, and there's some block problems and texture problems and things like that. So it needs a lot of tweaking. But this part of the ship here is to hold large reforged Eden parts, like the fusion reactor, which would go in this space here. If you decide to add one of those to the ship, it won't come stock with that or any of the shield parts. Then you have some thruster access rooms here. This area I don't know exactly what to do with. I looked at the actual dimensions of it, and it's big enough to hold a medium-sized shield part, but it's kind of a bad location, wedged in between a lot of thrusters. So I don't really know if I want to put that there or not. And I've got other places to put that. So along here, there's this kind of the structure, this framework set up to hold these large shield parts, basically 4 of them, going along this corridor. I don't have one placed in here yet, and then another medium shield part in the back here. Again, this whole area needs to be tweaked out, lit properly, and a lot of pathing and layout work, especially in this general area here. So then I was looking at medium shield parts, and nothing's set in stone right now. In fact, I might be reworking a lot of the pathing in here. It's really screwy right now. It's actually so screwy that it's just really hard to work with what I originally laid out here. Or it's not, I don't know, there's not much of a layout going on really. So a lot of this can be fixed up. I'm probably going to try to simplify it a little bit. I think it's just too crazy, too complicated with its staircases and stuff running every which direction right now. There's just a lot of things to work around in the area, and balconies and other rooms and things like that. But my intent is to allow the ship to have up to at least 4 medium shield parts, and I'm trying to make homes for those. And then, of course, some small shield parts as well, probably also in the same area as some of the medium shield parts. So basically, this whole side engineering area of the ship is really all about big reforged Eden parts. And I don't know really if you're going to need this kind of stuff. It's a carrier, it's not a battleship. This is pretty excessive for shielding and things like that for the type of ship that it is. So, I don't even know if it's going to be used much. But again, it's a big ship. I feel I've got, for the most part, plenty of fluff in here, and I'm just trying to fill up the rest of the space with stuff that could actually be used in gameplay. Then there's another hallway up top over here, very not done yet, that kind of overlooks all these shield parts. I might actually use some glass or something in here too, and make this a little bit more secure as well. And then I took a look at the farm area, built out an area for the pentaxid side of it, which is over here. And this area, again, is not tweaked and not done, and I'm missing textures along the sides here. I did remove all the grow plots and put in filler blocks across the entire section. The total grow plot count I looked at before I did that was in the 330s. I think it was like 334 or 336 was the total number of grow plots. So yeah, definitely a lot of growing options for the ship. In the center section over here is probably going to have a lot of food processors, fridges, stuff like that. I was debating to put a wall between the two farm areas. Right now, I just kind of left it open into one big massive room, kind of with a divider in the middle here. But I don't know. I'll have to figure out how I want to lay that out too. Pentaxid, I believe, you want those separated from regular farming, and it kind of is. So I don't necessarily think a wall is necessary, but I don't know. I'll have to work it out once I get to tweaking this area out. And other than that, I think there's a couple other miscellaneous areas that I did manage to work on as well with the ship. So it is getting there. It's just it's been kind of taxing and grueling, and I haven't it's just kind of been under the weather and things like that. But I'm feeling better. The weather's nicer outside as well, and everything's I'm getting more and more motivated to continue to work on the ship here. But I did want to get a video out because it's been too long for me to get a video out on anything really. So I apologize for that. I'll try to pick it up again here in the near future and get things rolling again. But that's all I've got for today, and let me know what you think of this stuff. And if you've got any other thoughts or ideas, let me know. Obviously, the protection farm was another idea from a comment on what to do in that area. There's another suggestion about a medical bay, shooting range, and I got a couple more of these shops I got to build out on the interior as well along the flight deck over here. So that is something that's going to take place, as well as I'm going to have to retexture a good part of the flight deck itself and get that kind of worked out too, because I've been ripping into the ceiling constantly all over the place on it, just making lots of changes to the ship as I go here. So anyway, it is underway. I don't know exactly when it's going to be done. I knew if I didn't get it done and out by Christmas, there was going to be a delay on it, and it kind of happened, actually a little bit more than I thought. So I apologize for that, but I'll just keep on trying to get this thing worked out and eventually here finished. I just don't want to really sacrifice any quality. I've got so much time into this already, and so much detailing and tweaking in certain areas that I want to keep the whole ship kind of consistent. Like these newer areas, when I was complaining that they're not tweaked and stuff, it's like if you look at this and then you look at a lot of the areas on the other side of the ship, you'll probably notice that these areas just generally look a little better right now. And these areas used to look like the other side until I put a few more hours of time into it, essentially. So that's kind of what's needed here. It's got to just do a lot of fine detailing, which is fairly time consuming. But yeah, the whole area needs to be done up correctly over there and stuff like that. And I still like the idea of having like a hidden secret thing and a surprise build that's not publicly known on the workshop kind of thing too. So if I go that route, that's going to be some more work as well, definitely. So anyway, you all have yourself a great day, and I'll talk to you later.